What is going on, guys? We're back 7 weeks out officially, and it is week 2 of my SBD. And yes, I know I am bald now. It'll grow back just in time for Sheffield, though. But yeah, onto today's session real quick. I have, I think, 265 for 2 on the squat, and I got 210, or I want to take 210 on my bench single, which would be the heaviest week 2 by far I've ever taken. But like I said in previous clips, I really want to hit that 225 this block. So if I'm trying to build to that number, I have to hit something heavy on the week 2. But yesterday's bench felt disgusting. It was probably my worst, at least sensation-wise, it was probably the worst day I've ever had. But that's bound to happen. I think the more exposure I do have, right when I take that rest day, the subsequent bench day just feels that much worse. Because I bench back-to-back days. I bench 3 days in a row, and then I rest, and then I have that super light session, and then I have my primary. So that super light session was yesterday, and before that was that rest day. So yeah, I was not feeling the best, but I'm confident that today I'll feel way more primed. So I'm not too worried about it. Last week felt like almost identical, where that quaternary just feels horrible, and then the primary right after it feels insane. But yeah, the plan is 210 on bench, and I'll probably add a back down single with like 5 to 10 keys less, just to get that extra practice in and extra heavy exposure. And then for deadlift, I want around like a 25 key jump from last week. That put me at, I think, 315, so like the blue. 694, if I'm doing math correctly. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's a pretty easy sub-max day for both squat and deadlift, hopefully. But bench, I'm hoping top bench shows up today. If not, then 210 is going to be a grind. Like, that's one of those weights where if I'm not feeling the best, it ends up being RP 9 or 10, and I'm not trying to let that happen today. But yeah, exciting things happening. I got SBD recording my, I'm not even sure what to call it, like it's not a photo shoot, but they're doing like clips to put on their Instagram page and all that. And then I'm doing my SBD Sheffield or Road to Sheffield interview as well, which will be coming out hopefully within the next 2-3 weeks. So if you listen to this and it's not out, I do apologize. But yeah, time to train. Pretty standard session today, getting excited, getting more locked by the day. Body weight is still, I don't know, it's like permanently low. It's crazy. Like, I'll put my calories up on the screen and like what I've been eating. I mainly track every single day. I track like my morning body weight, my step count, all the macros and all that. And for some reason, I've been consuming like some days like 35, even 4K calories, north of 230 grams of protein too, a lot of times. And the body weight is just not hitting into the 85s. Because the goal is to get to 86 and do a 3 kilo cut. But right now, it's like I'm permanently between like 84 to 84 and a half. Like today I woke up at 84.6, and that's like after getting all you can eat sushi yesterday, where I consumed like 4K calories at minimum. I didn't even get to track it because it's impossible to weigh the food out and all that. But yeah, the days leading up to it, I'm eating over 3K, and in the past, that was like my maintenance, if not like a slight surplus. But now it seems like it's a deficit. So I think I'm about to increase the calories even further to like 3,700 calories, which is kind of getting crazy because I already eat like a high volumous diet. I have a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables every single day. So to be able to get that many calories in with those type of food sources, it's going to be pretty stressful, but it'll just make the gut cut that much easier. And I tell all my athletes leading into a meet, like a month out, increase the fruit, increase the veggie intake, increase the volume intake on your calories. Like, don't eat more calories, but change the food sources to get more volume, which will artificially increase your baseline body weight. But then when you gut cut, you'll lose that much more. Plus, it's just healthier to eat fruits and vegetables, right? Just get the micronutrients in. But yeah, done yapping. On to my session. If you see any people in the background recording, just know it's SBD. Shout out to them. Like I said, 7 weeks out from, in my opinion, one of the most important meets, if not the most important meet of my life. And I really don't want to go to nationals, so I got to show up at this meet, man. I got to show up at this meet. Shout out to also Jaden Lowe giving me motivation for today's session. Hopefully he's watching. But yeah, time to work out. Also, quick shout out to King of the Lifts. I was on their Christmas or holiday special that should be dropping, or should have been dropped by the time you hear this YouTube video. So yeah, done yapping. Time to squat. Definitely not the strongest squat day to date, but it was a pretty productive one, I think. The depth, the technique, the cadence in the hole, the control, all that was pretty damn good. It was just the explosiveness I was missing. And it was probably because I pushed my mobility work too hard last night. So I woke up feeling very loose and almost like hypermobile. Like my tendons, ligaments, the muscles, they were just almost like hyper elastic. So when I hit the reversal, I lost all momentum, like all explosiveness. It is what it is. I just know next week not to push it that hard. But it made my hips feel very, very good. Like I said, no pain, no discomfort. But I was missing that pop I'm looking for. So top end strength wasn't the highest, but I think technique has never looked better. Depth was never this consistent. And first squat day in a while where I felt zero discomfort. So I'm happy with it. Moved, I think, RP 7, borderline 7.5. Next week, I'm taking 285 regardless. Don't really care. And I have to increase the calories. If I can get to like 4K a day, get the body weight at a legit 85, 85.5 by then, I should be, at least 5 kilos stronger just from that. So we'll see. Time to bench press now. I got 210 for a single, hopefully. And back down single, I'll probably take 202, maybe 205. We'll see with that. And then back downs afterwards are like, I think a 3x6 with, I think 160 or something. But we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, time to bench, time to warm up. Pressors feel good. Scaps feel very mobile as well. Did a lot of scap mobility last night. So yeah.
Come on. Start. Bust. Come on.
Man, this bench is getting frustrating now. 210, you saw how it moved. It wasn't the best. Maybe 2.5, 5 keys more at most. But besides that, I just wasn't feeling the strongest. Everything felt really heavy in the hands, even though I did feel recovered. So I think I need a heavier priming day on my quaternary the day before. So yesterday, we'll see. Next week, I'll take like 170 for a 2x1 to see if that does the trick. And if not, then I guess I got to remap all the days again. Because when I hit 220 last block, yes, I was benching 4 times a week, but the order of the days were different. I was taking my second heavy exposure day right after the primary, and then I'll bridge it with volume, then I'd rest, and then I'd have that quaternary day leading into the back-to-back. So we'll see. We'll see. Definitely the secondary feels easier on the hands, but I definitely feel more fatigued on that session. So I'm trying to find that fine balance between how much fatigue do I have to hold to express that top end strength, because with fatigue comes priming and fitness. So we're just all trying to figure it out here. We'll see. But pretty confident next week. If I take 170 the day before, things should feel a lot easier in my hands today. Because yesterday I took 160, and that shit it felt like 200. So today obviously was like much stronger. I think yesterday I probably had 200 kilos at the most, like all out 10. But today, obviously, I did 210 with probably 2.5, 5 kilos in the tank. So top end is definitely stronger today. So I'm not mad about that whatsoever. But the secondary, it's surprisingly good. So maybe I just need back-to-back days leading into the primary, just like I do with the secondary. The secondary, I have like that where I start off with I start off with a tertiary, like moderate rep, like 4s and 5s, and then I bridge it with like a super submax 3x4, and then I go into my secondary day, which feels amazing in the hands. But this time around, I don't have that. Or not this time around, but like on my primary, I just don't have that. I have a rest day, then I have that quaternary day, and then I have the primary. So maybe I need the back-to-back. Maybe I need to structure the days differently in order, have the secondary right after the primary, and then lead it with volume and stuff. There's so many different options I'm trying to assess and trying to find the best route. But I'm going to keep it the same for now and just hit a heavier quaternary day, so my back-to-back session. I'm going to see how that works. And if it doesn't and the secondary continues to feel stronger, then I just know I need the back-to-back exposures. Or I need the tertiary, quaternary, and then primary. I don't know. We're all going to figure it out, though. Definitely going to figure it out before Sheffield, because I don't got much time left, and I got to bench over the world record. I want 500. So 210 on the week 2. Not that disappointed, but just I wish it just moved a little bit better. I expect my top end to be 220 or more every single bench day now for some reason. I know that's not realistic. So maybe everything is fine. Maybe all the days are mapped out this way, and I just need that heavier exposure on all the days, in a week 3 exposure, a week 4 exposure to truly max on my bench. I can't expect to be at 220 week 1, week 2, week 3. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Like last week's 200 moved good. I think today's 200 moved better. So maybe I am a little stronger this week. Like the lighter weights definitely feel really good in the hands and really fast off the chest. But when I get to the heavier weights, that's when things really slow down. So I don't know. We will see, assess the data, and make a logical decision afterwards. And hopefully I can get that 4th right with the collar by the end of the block. So yeah, we'll see. Time to deadlift. I really want 315, but honestly may take 320 depending on how the 5 reds move. I usually take 1, 3, 5, and then either I take my top set. Actually, no. But yeah, if it's under like 335, I'll jump right to that usually. So yeah, I can make the 5 to 6th red jump if I really want it. So we'll see. I'm not going to force it because I really want to pipeline to the 380 or 370 double. Yeah, 380 would be insane. I've attempted 370 before for 2. But got stapled on the second rep pretty damn hard. So not trying to let that happen again. But yeah, so far, body feels good. I need to eat more food still. So hopefully with a calorie surplus and some good momentum, good sleep, I can show up even stronger next week. But right now, it's not going too bad. Hips are just tired on squat, which may leak into the deadlift. Bench, it just felt heavy in the hand again. But it felt good off the chest. And I shouldn't expect, like I said, to be at my top end every single week. But yeah, time to deadlift. even though the bench and squat really didn't show up as I wanted, at least deadlift showed up, you know? I think today was probably stronger than every other deadlift session of last block. I think I was stronger today than I was on week 4 where I did the 350 for 3, even though, yes, it was clustered. I think my top end today was like a hair bit stronger, which is crazy because I'm not peaked right now on deads. So the body feels good to pull. Squats were, like I said, I didn't have that pop out of the hole that I was looking for. And then bench felt a little bit heavy in the hands, but I think I can figure that out real soon. And then for squat, I just won't push the mobility too damn hard the day before, and I should be fine. I should be fine. So let's see how next week goes. But I think today ended off on a really, really high note. Very happy with the pull, because that was the lift that was giving me the most issue last block. I RP 10 my week 3, which was the same weight I just took, but for an additional rep. And I obviously had 3 reps today. I probably had 3 more reps on top of what I just did. So I thought the deadlift it showed up amazingly. And I'll credit that towards my secondary work, where I'm taking some beltless sets of 5 as the top set, and then I'm doing conventional back downs. So my back feels like damn near bulletproof at the moment. My erectors, my entire posterior is just getting hammered a little bit more, which I think it needs. And then I'm still getting that tech work with the beltless sumo on the top set. So I'm very happy with how the deadlift goes, or is going. And then squat, we'll figure that out real soon. Not worried whatsoever. But bench is like, it's so hard to fucking map out this fatigue pattern. I think I can do it next week. We'll see. I'll take 170 for a 2x1 instead of just a single at like 165, which I am programmed, but we're going to adjust that and get a little more exposure the day before and see how that works. And if it doesn't, then I probably need the back-to-back-to-back exposure. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, didn't happen. Pretty productive day. Nothing was like crazy overshot. The bench was hard, but you know, the pressers recovered pretty fast. Fatigue, and I can flesh that out within a week, so I'm not too worried there. So yeah, I'm gonna keep tracking all the variables. Hopefully the body weight can increase a bit as well. Gotta gain that extra 1.5 kilos. So yeah, time to recover, get some good calories in, get some good sleep in, and hopefully next week I can show up even stronger. So today's total 795 for the 212, 265, 210, and 320. So not too bad. But I think next week I'm looking at what's the math on that? I think 35 with the squat and bench, and then I think it's 55 keys up. So 840 next week, if I'm doing my math correctly. We'll see. All right, done yapping. Time to recover. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.